So with that, I am delighted to invite forward, let me give you just a little, Glenn Gibbs, his lovely bride of so many years, Rebecca Gibbs. In her memory, a new fund has been established that is here to serve the community. And as part of that, Glenn brilliantly thought, oh, well, in addition, let's every year, as a way of encouraging us all to put our best foot forward and go the extra mile, recognize people who are doing just that. And so that committee that now oversees the Rebecca Richardson Gibbs Fund are Ellen Kelman, who's here this morning, Kitty Bartholomew, who's not, Anna Gibbs, who is not here also, Glenn, and myself. I think that's the group. But so I'm going to invite those members, Ellen and Glenn and myself, up. And as painful as it may be, Sheila and Alex, if you'd come forward as well at this time. And I'll give the floor to you, Glenn. And if you up here would be ideal. Yeah. We stay right here. Yeah. You guys. Yeah, Alex, come here.
Okay. Good morning. I'm going to do our official announcement here. We, members of the Rebecca R. Gibbs Memorial Charitable Fund, or otherwise known as the RRG Fund Board, are delighted to present our first annual Rebecca Gibbs Outstanding Community Service Award to Alex Doyle, proprietor of Conley's Drug Store in Ipswich, and Sheila Taylor, the director of the Ipswich Council on Aging, in recognition of their exemplary efforts over the past 18 months in responding to the COVID pandemic in Ipswich. Although many have stepped up to ease the burden of the pandemic in our community, the dedicated efforts of Alex and Sheila have been especially noteworthy. After the COVID-19 virus began to spread in Ipswich in the spring of 2020, there was a severe shortage, as you all recall, of masks, hand sanitizer, gloves, sanitary wipes, paper towels, toilet paper. Alex searched far and wide to procure these items and even began manufacturing his own hand sanitizer, enabling Conley's Drug Store to provide these essential items during the early months of the pandemic when few other businesses were able to do so. Upon securing the COVID-19 vaccine, Alex organized and held numerous vaccination clinics in Ipswich and surrounding communities. In the early days of the pandemic, when demand outweighed supply, Alex and his staff on clinic days would stay at the store until late in the evening, administering surplus vaccine doses. I know that because I received one of those. Alex would also visit residences to administer the vaccine to individuals unable to attend a clinic. He was also a strong advocate for the distribution of the vaccine to localities so that individuals could be vaccinated in or near their own community. When the pandemic hit, Sheila kept Ipswich's older residents informed about the risks posed by the virus and how to best protect themselves. After in-person visits to the senior center were suspended, she initiated programs to keep the elderly supported and engaged, including the Grab and Go lunch program, which served lunch to more than 100 seniors 5 days a week for 3 consecutive months, and recruiting scores of volunteers to help seniors with grocery shopping, prescription pickups, vaccine registration assistance, and other general tasks, as well as checking in regularly with senior center patrons to see how they were doing. When vaccines became available, Sheila launched a publicity campaign, placing frequent recorded phone calls to 2,000 or so Ipswich senior citizens, and again I know that because I got one of those calls, to inform them of vaccination opportunities. She worked with the town's health department to facilitate the inoculation of over 1,700 healthy seniors in large vaccination clinics, plus the frail elderly adults in either smaller settings or even often sometimes in their homes. Sheila also organized a memorial celebration of those who lost their lives during the pandemic, offering residents an opportunity to grieve as a community, as well as a physical space for ongoing communal gathering and remembering. Thanks to the outstanding work of Alex and Sheila, which continues to this day, Ipswich is a kinder, healthier, and safer community. We, the RRG Fund Board, commend their initiative and diligence. They have set an example of how to be caring and compassionate members of our community. And in recognition of their exemplary service, the RRG Fund Board will be making a contribution to an organization, a charitable organization serving the Ipswich community in their name. Alex has chosen the Open Door, and Sheila has chosen the Friends of the Ipswich Elderly, and we will soon be placing we consider a fairly generous contribution into each of those organizations. So with that, I think we're going to have a photo taken and maybe some handshaking. And maybe we should have a round of applause for Alex and Sheila.
All right.
And,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, if you have a few minutes after the service, go on outside. We have some freshly baked, just picked them up this morning, cider donuts from Russell Orchards, also a gallon of cider from Russell Orchards, and some of my deviled eggs, which aren't bad.
All right. Thank you, Glenn, very much. Thank you, Alex, Ellen, Sheila. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, do we do?
I don't know what we do now.
I know. All right. Thank you, thank you,
very
thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Thanks. All right. All right.